I'm about to, there's this fight
about to go down.
And then you have someone call you, be like, sister, stay strong.
Well, if you don't even have a job, can you save up?
Can you save up?
Can you save? I think watching is time wasting, personally. Like,
do you know one thing that I've noticed? All these people did not have any issue with their body when they didn't have money. Now that they have money, they're finding, I wasn't confident before. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Afia and I'm here with my friend
Tilly. My name's Tilly. I also have a channel. It's called SheIsMe, but you can also find me as Tilly John Adams on social media.
Yes, so I'll put all her details. I'll put her YouTube channel here, but I'll also put like everything down below. Make sure you check her out. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure, matter of fact, why don't you do that now? Just go and just subscribe right now. Okay, so 2nd of August I think it was, I asked you guys, we both asked questions on Instagram and on Snapchat about what things we struggle the most being in our 20s. Yeah, because we're both in our 20s and we thought literally
it's so real.
It's been a struggle.
Everyone is going through it. I feel, honestly, everyone is literally.
It really has been a struggle. Like, do you know, every time we saw somebody something about right, it's a struggle, you know. Why is it that we're always struggling?
Yeah.
So we decided to do just ask people what they've been struggling with, and we want to talk about what we've been struggling with as well.
Yeah.
So we'll just kind of bounce what people are saying. We're not saying anybody's names.
No.
Everything is anonymous, and we relate with like nearly everything because, girl.
Yeah, everyone is going through similar things, so it's fine.
Girl.
Yeah, I did get quite a few questions on Instagram, so I might be looking on my phone just to see what people said before. So you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so should I go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I got was, no, it wasn't, I'm not doing it in order because I just screenshotted everything. So someone says, feeling like you're running out of time to have your life together by a certain date, like feeling like you need to have a mortgage, a great paying job and be married with kids before you turn 28. That's so true.
You know, just when you read that out, I get like anxiety just because I can feel like this person is actually panicking, which everyone is, to be honest. Like it just feels like you have to have it together because you're now like 20 something and you maybe like you're getting pressured from parents or your friends that are in different stages
as well. It's not even like just your family. It's like now, like nowadays, like back in the day, I feel like parents, like when back in the day they just had their own family and parents, but now you have social media as well, so you can see what all your friends from school are doing. You can see all of them getting married, all of them having babies. You can see everyone just moving on and doing things. Even on flipping LinkedIn, somebody got a job, somebody's doing this, and you're thinking, wow, man's still doing care work, admin, you know, cleaning, like
fundraising. Yeah. Because that's what everyone does. I'm sorry, everyone's just in the same boat. Unfortunately, it's just hard out there. I feel like some people make it look easy, but there are just some lucky people because right now unemployment for young people is at the highest ever. So it's not like you're not smart enough. It's just the economy, and it's really difficult to actually get your things together. So
and I feel like it has an effect on people's mental health as well. Yeah. Because you're thinking, wow, like everyone's doing better than me. But I feel like you just need to understand that you're you, and your chapter 1 is not the same as someone's chapter 36. You just need to keep going and like just keep going. Literally, I feel like that's the thing.
Yeah. You can't stop. Like you really can't. Honestly,
it's gonna work out. Like, if you see people like Michael Dapper, he just blew up like that. But he was working behind the scenes for years before he got to where he was. Like Patricia Bright, 10 years on YouTube, and now she's what she is now. Like, it just didn't take, you just have to keep going.
Like, I completely relate with feeling like pressure to have everything together just because you do want to kind of like move on with your life. You don't want to be stuck in the same level. You don't want to like come out of uni, no job, or you haven't got a job but you haven't got a house, or so I completely get what the pressure of having everything together. Honestly, I feel like that sometimes. Like, I'm currently just studying and still doing my masters, and I feel like, have I moved on from undergrad? Because it just feels the same. Like, it feels like the same process. Like, I'm still worried about getting a job afterwards, because I do know it's going to be difficult. That's just literally the truth. People are like, oh, but you'll be fine. I'm like, but I know the struggle is real. Like, that's just how it is. But you just have to keep trying. That's all you can do.
And I feel like we were sold a dream by universities. Sold a dream. Like, oh, if you do this course, you have this job at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It's not. It's not the reality for most of us. So just pray and hope for the best. Yes, I got this. This is actually quite similar to the other person's point. It just says preparing for the future and saving up. I think saving up. God, where do you start? Like, what if you don't even have a job? Can you save up?
Can you save up?
Can you save? That's the first thing. It's like crossing that boundary to actually have a job and then save up. And I think it's really hard for us to even get to that point. So saving up, I feel like you just have to think about the long term, like what do you want to achieve in the future, and then start doing it little by little. Like, in a month, say I want to save £100 or something, £50, £20, whatever you can afford to save. Just start little by little and you'll get there. What do you think?
I feel like the problem is even breaking even. Like, because who has the money to save?
Yeah.
More times you're doing one temp job, you're not even getting enough money. So
yeah.
I don't know about that saving, but boy.
I think it is difficult to save, honestly, but I think it's also getting into the habit of like, I don't have student finance anymore, and this is my own income, so I have to prioritize the things that are actually important. Like, I don't need to buy a dress every single time I'm going somewhere. We have to break that habit. I don't need to like
keep up with the Joneses.
I don't need to keep up with appearances. I have other things that are more pressing at this point. I don't need to go to every event. Like, those kind of little sacrifices might actually help you save in the long run.
Yeah, and I feel like you should put down like your goals. So if you want to save, maybe this is how much you want to save, then, you know, kind of divide it by the months and stuff, and give yourself leeway as well to like slip up. So, but then make sure you know that, okay, I'm saving this for this. Like, I feel like one of those things, the mood boards are the best. Like, if you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you want to go on holiday, like, have that there so you're seeing it every day. So when you're saving, you know it's going towards something. I feel like as well, like, you shouldn't, some things you don't need. Like, you get to a point, like, I feel like in your 20s, I started learning that not everyone's my friend. So what's the point of me going to this person's like event and that? It's not everyone that you need to spend time with. It's not every event that you need to go. It's not everything that comes out that you need to buy. Why do we feel like we have to be putting on our head?
Like, Fenty comes out, we're like, ooh,
you're one person, you know, and you have all these clothes. Are you gonna wear all these clothes? And even the eyeshadow palette, how many do I have? How many times do I do eyeshadow, please?
It's true. It's like the little things as well.
Yes, you need to get to a point where you know that, okay, this is a priority and this is a want. Your needs and your wants. And it's not every day that you have to buy everything. Because I feel like saving is actually very good, because once you have that discipline, then it actually translates into every area of your life. So
yeah, and you can actually like set up like maybe a direct debit into a saving account,
so you don't see it.
So you don't actually, it just goes straight in, and it's a lot easier than that, than actually actively having to save the money, I guess.
Because that can be painful.
Yeah.
So she said there's a Zim proverb that says 2 women cannot live under the same roof. So the struggle was living at home post graduation.
Ooh.
Going back home after you've lived by yourself and you've like developed into your own person is one of the worst things ever. Because I feel like your parents still see you as that child.
Yeah. Even when you move out.
Even when
you're still their child. even when you marry, you're still their child. Like they don't. It's just how it is.
And it's like they expect so much, but they won't even give you so much. So it's like it's like a clash. Like you're clashing. Like you're constantly clashing.
Yeah. No, yeah, I can just imagine. It's just one of them things. You have to do it for as long as you need. Yeah, so maybe you don't have the money right now to actually move out. And sometimes I think it teaches you how to be patient. Like that is your parent after all, and if you can't be patient with them, then you're gonna struggle in general.
Teaches you how to deal with stress. How to deal with stress, how to live under pressure. Boy, it teaches you a lot. Because you have to keep your mouth shut at times where you don't even wanna, because you wanna be like I feel like the thing with African parents as well is that they don't communicate with you, and sometimes they're just harsh for no reason, and it's like something that perhaps a conversation would have solved. They don't give you that. So then it's like you're both like fighting or like clashing against each other for no reason. Like there was no reason to clash.
Yeah, and it's one of them things where you feel like, okay, I'm 24 right now, I don't need to be treated this way. We should be able to have mature conversations, and your parents might not be there, like they're not in that mind frame. So you have to understand their culture as well. Like that's not something that they had growing up either, so they're not going to treat you in that way because you're in a different country. In Nigeria, maybe they didn't talk back to their parents. It was just do as I say. So that's why they probably is a bit of a clash, because of cultural differences as well. So you have to understand it from their perspective.
The same person said that comparing yourself against everyone else's successes. So what am I doing with my life when you're looking at other people? We kind of touched on it.
Yeah, we did touch on it on our the previous question, because it kind of was broad in that way. I think just don't compare yourself to other people. You don't even know, like life is so funny. Like you cannot predict it. You might be fine one minute, next minute you're not. Like that's just how it is. So right now they might be doing great, and we don't wish them bad, but it's just like everyone has their time. So don't bother like looking at someone's life and thinking, what am I doing with my life? It's just
and comparison is the thief of joy.
Exactly.
Like, seriously, because that's why you'd be looking at somebody else, but you're not looking to water your own grass. And whilst you're looking at somebody else, your grass is going brown.
Exactly.
So don't watch everybody. Like know what you want to do. I feel like that's the thing as well. Knowing what you want to do. If you know what your purpose is and you know what you want to do, then just keep that in mind and just keep going. Because when you're watching someone else, they have something else that they're like, they have their own goals, they have their own purpose, they have everything they have to do. You're not living the same life, and you don't know what goes in behind the scenes.
Yeah, and to be honest, I always think watching is time wasting personally. Like I even have this problem with like how much time I spend on social media. I'm thinking if I put in the amount of time that I spent on social media on my projects, I would be a lot more successful, which is the fact, because you are spending so much time just scrolling and seeing all these pictures of people that have worked hard. And I'm like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. You're actually supposed to put in the time and achieve what you've achieved and then put it out there. That's how it's supposed to work. But we spend way too long on social media just, you know, getting all like sad. Oh, this person has done this, I've not done that.
Yeah, and why are you sad as well? Like, I feel like
it should be happy for other people as well, to be honest.
People say that if you like watch too much, it gives you like this anxiety and everything. But like when I see people on social media, it inspires me, because I'm like, if this person is 23, 24, 25 and they're doing this, why can't I do it?
Exactly.
There's enough money to go around. There's enough to go around. Like literally, I see it as inspiration. I see it as work harder. I see it as you can do it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think you should dwell on it too much. Like, don't dwell on what someone is doing.
Definitely
More
not.
times than not as well, we've learned that this influence, like,
it's not all true, you know.
It's not
people
true.
Just put the best stuff.
Why would you stay in your house and watch someone on Instagram and think, I know everything about them?
You don't.
Then you're being dumb as well, because at the end of the day, even you that you post your picture, most times than not, when you're posting that nice picture, you're not even in that outfit. You took that picture 2 days ago. When you're posting that picture, you're in bed or something. So why do you think that's the exact life that person is living. You shouldn't ever feel like you know someone because of something they've posted online. When you're crying with your parents, are you gonna snap and you're gonna put that? You're not gonna put that. So everybody puts.
I'm sad.
Even you're like, I'm so sad. You're not gonna put that. So you put like what good thing is happening in your life. So I don't think there should be that, you know, thing like, oh, I follow them and I believe what. No, you can't believe everything anyone says. Even in real life, when your friend is telling you something, you're like, taking it with a pinch of salt. So why would you now go and believe someone you've never met? Like,
and even if it's like people that you do know and they're achieving stuff, that's good. You should be happy for them, because I think you need to have the ability to be happy for other people when they're achieving things, because it's just the other version of it, like bitterness, is so toxic and it's not going to help you achieve anything. So I think cultivate the attitude of just being happy for those people, and then you will also achieve things, because I don't think you being bitter, I don't see that going very well, to be honest.
I also feel like when you're happy for someone, like God blesses you.
Exactly.
Like when you're actually like happy for someone and you're riding for someone, supporting other people, guess what? It comes to you as well.
And those people support you as well if you can support them. So
I feel like even if someone that I know is doing well, it means that it's going around, you know. Like I just get so happy.
It's gonna come to
me. So like don't be scared to support other people. Like don't be scared to be happy for someone else. Because as you're happy for them, then they're gonna be happy for you as well when the time comes. Yeah. I feel like she said something else. Okay. This was, I did everything society told me to do, and I'm not rich and financially stable. I did my GCSEs, I did my A-levels, BSc and MSc, and I still didn't land the dream job. Society sold us a big fat dream. That is the struggle.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of covered it when you were saying that it's reality and expectations are not always the same. They don't always look the same at the end of the day. Like, it's just life. I'm sorry, like we're all going through it. I'm telling you, it's just life. Like, it's just nothing is ever as it seems, and you just have to take what you have right now and try and improve it. You can't sit there thinking, oh, but I did everything right, why is it going so awfully bad for me? Having those train of thoughts is not fixing the problem. What you need to be is like, okay, what can I do with what I have, and how can I get to the next step? Because just looking at it like all together is just gonna make you sad. So,
yeah, it's gonna make you angry.
Yeah, it's gonna make you very angry, to be honest. So yeah, just try.
Would you wanna do one of yours?
Yeah. So I got dating men, or should I say boys. So I feel like what this person is saying, dating in your 20s is really difficult. And I've heard this a lot, to be honest. Like, a lot of my friends say dating right now is just hard. Like, men aren't serious, men aren't on the same page, men are immature. So yeah, I kind of understand and don't understand at the same time, because I haven't really been dating, but I can understand.
Because she's married.
Yeah.
Happily married.
Yeah, so but I do get what you mean, because I do have friends that are like, men are just not on the same page with them, and I just think it's one of them things. You have to know your standards and just be like, if you're not fitting this, I don't need to waste my time. Because I feel like with us women, we can feel it in our bones. We just know that this guy is not all the way there. It doesn't have everything that we want, but we just want to be like, oh, maybe he will change. No, he won't.
Settle. Women, we love settling. Like, a guy will never like go back on the standards. If he says he wants a girl that's look like this, and if you don't look like that, that's it, sorry. Women will be trying to push and fit and try to but he's this, but
he's not.
We're like this.
Yeah, you deserve better. Just don't go for something that doesn't suit what you need and what you require, because you're only selling yourself short at the end of the day.
Sure.
You're the one that has to live that life. And if dating is difficult, maybe put yourself in different circumstances, go to different places. Don't always like I don't know, I feel like just getting to know people, be in environments where you can just talk.
Like, I feel like when you're in your 20s, like you finished uni, like I feel like, okay, college you're with people.
Yeah.
Uni you're with people, so you get to meet a lot of people. But once you come out of there, you just go to work. and people like you're at your work, you just say hi and bye.
You don't want to date someone.
Where else? First of all, yeah. And then where else are you gonna meet people? You don't really got like. There's nowhere that you put yourself in a position where like. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, unless you
like,
go to a lot of events, like
yeah,
if you go to like mutual friends' birthdays, events.
Because
like,
you don't want to be that person that's always out. Like she's always here. Then the people that start saying that you're desperate. Yeah, that's what they say. Like you know, you're always out. You're always at motives. You're always this. You're always that. So it's hard.
I just, in my opinion, I just feel like people will meet people regardless. Like I just feel like it's not about always planning and always thinking I need to be at the right place at the right time. It's more like your mentality, like being open to it if it does happen. Because I think sometimes people have had the opportunity and they've missed it because in their heads they weren't even really understand. I think it does happen. I think it's just like it doesn't fit like, this box and I just let it go.
Let me tell you what 20s people our age what are days like. You wake up, you go to work, you come home. Yeah. So at what point? So when I'm in the bus, someone's coming to talk to me, I'm gonna be there like, cause you know that. Do you know what I mean? If someone wants to come to you, like if someone wants to come to you, you're already thinking, rah, what is it now? It's not like gonna be like, yeah, this could be the one. No, you don't. Honestly, and to be honest, nowadays people don't talk to each other. We're always busy,
we're all on our
phones or something like that, and we're not as friendly as we were before. Like I've met people like I remember when I was younger, I used to meet people on the train. We used to talk. Like I'll just meet someone on the train, just be sat next to each other. I'll talk to this girl and we'll be friends and we'll add each other and stuff. But nowadays, you sit on the train, sit on the bus next to someone and you never say a word. You never say a word.
It's so true. Yeah, I think we need to communicate better, to be honest, because otherwise we're gonna screw each other over. Like we're not even making friends anymore. We're talking more relationships, to be honest. Like everyone gets to 26 and that's it. No new friends, no old friends. We're all lonely. We're all talking about how we don't have friends. Conversations.
Yeah, you really triggered me. Because your old friends, you're like, oh, I don't vibe with this one anymore. New friends, you don't really have new friends because you don't trust them.
Yeah, because you just don't want to go through the whole building the trust and everything is long. But
that's true. But anyways, from someone that is not married, okay, because she can't really talk. She's saying, I think. I
just feel in my. I feel like everyone's gonna meet someone. I just feel like it will happen. It has to happen.
The devil is working hard, but God is working harder.
Yeah.
From a single person's point of view, I feel like what was I even saying?
Yeah.
Oh, the dating. Yeah.
There's so many ways now.
Let me tell you the problem, because the person said dating boys, isn't it? So let me tell you what the issue is. These so-called men, yeah. Listen, I don't even want to start because everybody says I'm like men are trash CEO, which I am not. Okay, let me just tell you. But I feel like men don't feel the need to self-assess and don't feel the need to grow, because we don't really, as a society, we've not held them at a high standard at all. Whereas to women, we hold women at high standards from when we're little. So when we're little, we're being told, oh, you have to be like this to be a good girl, to be a good woman, to be a good wife, to be a good mother, all this, da-da-da. And at every stage of our lives, we're leveling up. Like Sierra said, we have to level up every stage because we're being held at so much of a high standard. Even at work, even in the home, wherever we find ourselves, we have to. You literally cannot be substandard. Definitely. Whereas men, they're not being held to that standard. So
I think they're being held to different standards. That's the thing. I feel like men have the standards that they have to hold in terms of like finance. They have the standard. They have
now
that.
They're saying that
everything
they
else
don't
maybe
want
not.
to even do that because a lot now guys are complaining about taking a girl to Nando's.
Bruh. Because
that's what they were doing on Twitter.
That's not the kind of guys you need to be talking to. Because
so this is what I'm saying. I feel like, okay, forget all that. You can find a guy that is good and everything, but he's not emotionally available or emotionally he's not grown up. And this is something that I have dealt with in the past, and I feel like you know, this is where being self-aware is, because I feel like because of the way they've grown up in the way society is, men don't really speak their mind. They don't really communicate properly. How can you be with someone and be fully with someone if you're not communicating to them? So when you're going through your issues, which they do go through a lot of issues, you can't tell the person you're with, so they're not there to help you. And then even when it's like, okay, how do we make things better? It's like the woman is the one that's always pushing them. Like, oh, why don't we do that? And I feel like this is what the person is saying, because it's like you feel like you're dating
a boy because you're
not a man, because a man should have that initiative, should have that ability to be like, okay, this is what is going on, this is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus you having to always say stuff and always bring stuff and push them and stuff, because that's what moms do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not supposed to mother someone that you're dating. Definitely not. I think you definitely need to date people on the same mental maturity as you, because otherwise it's just frustrating. And I think maybe, I don't know how old you are, and I don't really always like to give people standards because I think it's different for each person, but some people do date older based on that reason alone, because they need people to be clued up. And if you feel like this guy's not clued up, it might be something to consider.
I heard that according to research, a man is mature when he's 45. So.
Bruh. Yeah, I'm not condoning dating a 45-year-old man or anything like that.
It is what it is. This is relating to the dating. So somebody said not able to get dick because of Jesus. So, wow. Yeah. I completely understand, okay, because I feel like when you're in your 20s, a lot of people start finding God then.
Yeah, I think you're a bit more serious about your relationship with God, definitely, because you then go through things and you realise you cannot do this world on your own and there's no chance, and God is definitely the answer. So I can understand where that's coming from. Yeah,
so as you get closer to God, then you like obviously start reading the Bible and you start knowing that, okay, actually God does not want me doing this. Yeah. So then you have to change your whole like lifestyle. Like even if I am dating, I'm gonna date without premarital sex, or that's something that I'm not involved in. But then if it's something that you've been doing, or you've had relationships in the past where that has been part of it, it's hard. Because it's not like, oh, someone that's never done it before, but you've been in a relationship where that was part of intimacy. Because I know a lot of people are like, you know, in relationships that's intimacy to them, like we're together in all aspects of our relationship. So as a Christian, you know, if you're dating, godly dating, and you decided, okay, this is something that we're not going to do, it's hard. Especially like when you really love someone and you feel like, okay, this is the person I want to be with and everything is okay, but you can't do it, so it's like, rah. Like what do you, I mean, she can't tell us because she's married, so you know.
Yeah, but I don't know, but personally I can't necessarily say I relate with that question, but I do think it's something that you have to think about your purpose. Like I think all of us go through phases where we're like, we don't really even consider those things as bad for a reason. It's beyond you, like all those kind of things. I think as a human being, everybody wants, it's just a natural desire. But if you start thinking it's beyond me, it's more about what God wants me to do, and then maybe it won't. You will still have your urges, but the greater purpose. Like you get a lot of Christians, they're like, you know, I'm celibate, and they talk about it as if it's just so easy, and it's not. That's not realistic. You will get urges, and you just have to pray.
Real, especially as a woman as well. And if it's something that you were used to before, it's different. Like you can't just be like, oh, it's easy, I don't think about it or anything. You have to be really real.
But people are different. For some people, it literally is easy, and they don't really have any urges. So it really is person to person. There are some people.
Are they made of wood?
Like people that are dating over 5 years, and I'm like, oh really? You guys have been able to be celebrated? That's amazing. How have you, like, I don't know, I feel like maybe there needs to be more people talking about this issue and helping.
Yeah, and I feel like celibacy is one of the things where it's like, it's really, I don't know, for some weird reason it's controversial. Like when you talk about people like, oh, you think you're perfect, and they're quick to like watch you.
Yeah, they want you to fail.
Yeah, people want you to fail. Like, it's so feel weird having the word. If someone is doing the opposite, if they're doing whatever they want, they're like, yeah, free speech, women can do whatever they want, use your body however you want. The minute you say, oh, I'm celibate, they're like, oh, so you think you're better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Like,
also, you think your vagina is a price.
Yeah, yes. Like, oh, you mean the church is brainwashing you. I remember Yvonne, or is it Orgy? You know the one that does Insecure. She said she's 32 years old and she said she was a virgin. She had so much backlash. I was so confused. I was like,
how can you hate someone for just preserving themselves?
And then when Amber Rose showed her whole full nude on Instagram, they're like, yes, girl, you know, yeah, doing it for us. I'm thinking, I'm doing it for who? It's not me she's doing it for. It's not me. Like, why is it that we say, okay, it's everybody's opinion, but someone that wants to use their body however they want, like, oh, I want to sleep around, that's fine, but someone that says I don't want to sleep around, it's a problem all of a sudden.
I think people are just followers. Like, whatever is like popular, people are going to buy into. And because celibacy, even though there are people talking about it on YouTube, it's still not the norm, so people are definitely not going to be for it at this point. But I think just keep on going and just keep praying for grace, because it literally is.
That's it, grace.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, and then just, you know, because you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for God. You're doing it out of the love you have for God.
I think at the end of the day, you would realize, once you do get married, you realize that, okay, this is something that should be preserved. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not something that you don't need to like. It's just one of them things in your spirit, like you would understand once you're in that situation. Like, okay, maybe this is not something that I need to explore with somebody else apart from my husband and stuff like that. There's just a connection. I know people are just like, oh, it's just sex, you know, but it's not like, it depends on your mentality. Like, it's different. It's different, honestly. I think people only really know when
you're like
they know.
sleeping with someone as well, it's like you're taking in whatever they have. Imagine what this
I heard that. So tight. That's scary.
Because you know, sometimes you think like, why am I this way? I'm acting like energy, like, and you know, most of these guys just be doing whatever.
I feel like just stick to your guns. If you're a Christian and it's hard for you, then speak to people that have done it as well.
I feel like there should be like a sort of celibacy forum or something, or seek help, an app.
There should be
I'm about to, there's this fight
about to go down.
And then you have someone call you, be like, sister, stay strong. Do not give me
the word of the Lord.
Stay strong. And then they'll pray with you until the, you know.
But you know it's becoming a trend now.
Well, celibacy.
Yeah.
Everybody's
just using it.
I feel like people say that
now.
Yeah, they're just joking with it now. Like, even people that aren't Christians are like, I'm trying celibacy. Like, it's a fashion.
You know what it is?
Like, what?
One thing I've noticed, when they break up with someone, they're like, oh, I'm celibate now. And then when they get back in the relationship, oh yeah, it was just for a little while.
People are taking the piss. Like, they're not really being serious.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I mean, it's really easy to sleep, actually. That thing is easy to sleep.
Yeah, it is easy to sleep, but honestly,
it's the grace of God, you know.
Yeah.
Grace of God. So I've got one that says, I think everyone is in that age of I can't come and die and living my best life, and it's affecting choices we make. Some champion that 95 life, which is stable and allows some enjoyment. On the other hand, others have taken risks and are living off doing what they love full time. Particularly these influencers who do not have it easy, but that lifestyle is still desired by many. So there's that struggle of let me know which one is for me. Should I risk it all or play it safe?
I think this is hard. Like, personally, I feel like I have quite a range of interest. So there's the easy way out, which is I've been to uni, I can get a job in whatever I want to do, professional. And there's the creative side of things that you might have ideas that you want to try, and the easy way out would be more business than creative. I think, well, some people think creative is easier, but it definitely isn't. I feel like going through the creative route is definitely difficult because you're self-directing everything.
Yeah, we're just talking about this.
Yeah, you literally have to work hard, look for people to help you. Even financing those projects is hard. So I think, I don't know, what would you say to this person? Should they take the easy? I think try and do both. You have to be financially stable anyway in order to even try things that aren't safe. I don't think you could just come out of uni and be like, okay, I want to be a creative full time, unless you have the resources. So I think you need some stability, that's what you call it, and then try and be a bit more creative and out there and try.
I feel like being creative is not for everyone. The 9 to 5 is not for everyone. Like, I feel like you just need to understand which one is yours, because yes, these influencers make it seem easy. Like, obviously, who doesn't want to be jet setting? Who doesn't want to be wearing Gucci, Prada? Everybody wants to be wearing that.
Personally, it's not. I don't know what it is. I feel like people just buy into what everyone buys into. I don't care about designer. Like, I really don't. Like, if something,
it's like, you know, people actually like would spend their whole student finance on
designer.
Designer, and then not have anything left. Like,
I think that's mad. Like, what are you doing just for a brand
I
name?
would actually go on a holiday with my student finance money.
I wouldn't. I just can't. Like, it's just some of those things. Like, I can't.
I couldn't not pay my rent because I'm not gonna person that who's gonna pay the rent for me if I don't pay it.
Nah. I think you need to think about, what do you want? Is it because everyone else is doing it, now you're considering it, or is it actually what you want to do?
Yes. But then, you know, one thing that I've always thought about this when I was growing up, like, I can do so many different jobs. Like, you know, do you not ever feel like, oh, I can be a doctor on the side, but I can do that, because you feel like you have talents in different ways. So I feel like you should never have like a plans that is set in stone. So you could say, okay, I want to do the 9 to 5, but then at some point you could think, okay, no, I don't want to do 9 to 5 anymore. I want to do half and half. Like, don't think that whatever plans that you want to make is set in stone. You can.
Yeah, but I think that's also part of our problem as like millennials or whatever they call us. We are just not focused. We just feel like I can do everything, but then we're doing nothing.
But then we're
just like, I have so many ideas.
We're like jack of all trades.
Yeah, and to be honest,
it's true.
Being a specialist at anything will always bring more to you than being a generalist. That's just how the economy works. Honestly, you have to just own that craft if you're going to do it. Like, you have to be the best at whatever you choose to do. And sometimes that requires time and focusing on one priority before you try something else. And which is what I've been learning over this year, to be honest. Because I'm that kind of person. I literally want to try music. I want to try it.
Everything.
Writing, I want to try it. YouTube, I want to, like, come on. You have to pick
you know
one
what? I feel like
and
that's
be great.
life. You don't want to just be like that boring person that you never tried anything, like you just did that one thing.
Yeah.
That's just
I mean, you don't have to do just that one thing, but you have to own the craft first and then explore everything else. Yeah.
Okay, it says, okay, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune, by Jim Rohn. So no matter what you're doing, you need to always be learning, always be growing, always, like, even like now the YouTube thing, like, we literally have to learn. Like, every video we make, every video you make, you have to try and make it better. Like, I'm always learning new things. I'm like, wow, this is how this thing works.
Yeah, it's true.
You have to learn, like, everything, and you need to know your industry. You need to understand. Don't just stay the same. Like, learn what's happening. Like, knowledge is power.
Yeah, definitely. Nah, I think that is a struggle for a lot of people, honestly. You're not on your own on that one.
Okay, so one that I got is pressure from social media expectations. And then they said, so pressures like, you know, buying a house, getting married at a certain age, and also pressures to look a certain way, have certain assets or features, and also when you see stuff like goals. So, like, we're getting a lot of pressure in this day and age because of the whole social media thing.
Yeah, I think we've kind of covered it in some of the questions. I think the only part of that question we haven't covered is the body side of things, like the body image things that you have to live up to with social media. Personally, I think you need to close your eyes. It's not, honestly, look in the mirror, look around you, look at your friends. Do they look like those Instagram models? Do they look like those influencers? No. Should you have to look like them? No. What you got? Honestly, people be stressing, and I'm just like, there's really no need. There's no need.
And you know one thing that I've noticed? All these people did not have any issue with their body when they didn't have money. Now that they have money, they're finding, hey, I wasn't confident before. You didn't know that before, yeah? I'm sick and tired of it. Okay. So now that we are poor, then we should just be there. Like, I feel like that's it, you know. When they didn't have money, they were confident. They were happy.
They have the option now. They can afford it.
Yes. Like, money is giving for the option. That's just what it is. Yeah. That's really just what it is. And I feel like enough of those expectations. Like, I have a belly. I have a fupa. Okay? And we are living together and we are living in harmony. I can't kill myself.
Didn't Beyonce just say she's happy with her fupa? People that you're aiming to look like, they realize this thing is just not realistic. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. You can't be looking at Kim, whatever she's doing. We all know that that's not even real. So why are we aspiring? Why are we aspiring to look like fake things? Honestly.